What's up, everybody? This is MJ trying to get my office together so that you can see me in all my glory without all the junk behind me. Thank you for joining me for this training today. And as you can see, we're going to be talking about why your ideal customers will listen to you. So, I think a lot of times one of the things that holds people back from pursuing their dream of becoming an expert coach is that it's kind of like imposter syndrome. If you've ever heard that phrase, to where you feel like you don't deserve to be in that space. You feel like, why would anybody listen to me? Even though you know your stuff, even though whatever the topic or area of focus is that you want to be a coach in, you know your stuff, right? You've known it for years, right? It's not new. You are the expert there, but you still sometimes can doubt that people will listen to you. And that's not even talking about whether they would pay you a premium price for your guidance. We're just talking about would they listen to you even for free, let alone pay for it. And so today we're going to be talking about why, if you are in front of your ideal customers, why they will absolutely listen to you and why they will want to work with you to solve the problem that they have. So the first thing that you will want to make sure that you cover when it's time for you to be in front of your ideal customer with your message and with your offer is confidence. We all know what confidence is. That means you have a certainty about yourself. You have an assuredness that you can do the thing that they need you to do. And you have a confidence that, and this is like a trade secret I'm going to give you right now. Sometimes you might not have the answer, but when you have confidence, you know that you have confidence in yourself that you can find out or figure out the answer if you don't have it. Even the most expert of coaches, no human being knows everything, right? But there are some people who, when you hear them speak, it seems like no matter what they say, no matter what they are always dropping truth bombs. They always have the answer. They're always helping. They're always authoritative. That's not because they know everything. Nobody knows everything, but that's because they carry themselves with an air of confidence and certainty that they can do the thing that they've come there to do. And sometimes they are on the fly. It doesn't mean that they don't have a general idea of what it is that needs to be done, what it is that they're going to say. But let's face it, every good teacher, every good trainer, every good leader in any respect, a lot of times they have to wing it because there's a million and one different situations that can arise that they could not have directly prepared for, yet they need to be able to address them in the moment. So being confident in your abilities by preparation in advance and doing all you can with what you do have and with what you do know, so that when you do have to pivot for the unexpected, you still can come off completely unflappable. That is important. People don't want a coach that seems like they are unsure, because if you as a coach have uncertainty, that gives the client a feeling of uncertainty that, I don't know, they feel like they sound like they don't know for sure. What are they going to be able to do for me? And here's the thing. Sometimes you do have to tell your clients you don't know. Again, coaches are not God. Coaches are not perfect. Coaches are not infallible. Coaches are guides to the truth, guides to the answer. And sometimes you will have to say, I don't know the answer to that. But what you also can follow up with that is that I can help you find the answer. It's all about how you carry yourself, how you speak to people, how you address them, how you show them that you care about them and that you can handle any situation that pops up. That's where confidence comes in. They will listen to you because you present yourself as somebody worthy to be listened to. And like I say all the time, each and every one of you is an expert in your own right, whether you know it or not. You are an expert in something, but you have to know it and you have to be able to pull it off, so to speak. And I'm not talking about faking it, although there is a certain degree of faking it till you make it. I want you to be authentic, but still you can be confident that I know what I know. I can do what I can do. And those things that I still need to prepare for, I can get that done too, and still help you to solve your problem. That's you talking to your client. So having that air of confidence right off the bat, that is exactly what it takes to give people the certainty and the just the feeling that they can depend on you to show up. And that's going to actually lead me into the next one on my list. You know, I always have a list I'm reading from because I can't remember this stuff off the top of my head. And when I talked about dependability is being consistent. When you are in the coaching space, you can't be a fly by night. You can't be coming and going and here today, gone today. Sometimes people see you, sometimes and for weeks at a time, and then you disappear for months at a time, and then you come back. Again, it's all about creating that certainty and that comfort in the minds of the people that you are working with and your ideal customers, or even your prospects before they become customers, that, hey, this guy's not going to just drop some advice on me and then leave, and he won't even be here to find out if it worked or if I need support. And that's kind of a side thing I want to throw in there is you need to follow a coaching model where you are there side by side with your customers, not just during the time that they are working with you, but even beyond that. Why? First of all, how will you ever know for sure that your magic really is helping people, and what you might need to tweak or what you can up level and what you might want to lean in on and do more of if you are never around for their big moment? Most coaching programs are not, unless it is a done for you or something where you're creating a product. Most coaching programs, the full result that the client get does not happen until months and weeks, months, or even years after the initial engagement with the coach. And so if your model has you to bounce and they never hear from you again after the initial coaching relationship ends, to me, that's not showing consistency. I think that your coaching relationship to some extent should extend for a long time. I'm not talking about one-on-one. I'm not even talking about group coaching for months or years. No, there should be an end date to the initial coaching experience, but there are ways that are not time intensive or effort intensive for you that you can continue to have touch points and engagement with your clients even beyond the initial interaction, so that you can be there to support them ongoing and find out if your magic is working, or you know it works, but how well it's working for people and what you can change, because you always want to be up leveling and improving what it is that you're doing for the people in the marketplace. So being consistent and being there. If you're, for example, if you're out here and you're, excuse me, if you're sharing content on a certain schedule, stay with that schedule. You know, be consistent with what you put out. Be consistent with how you show up with your clients. If they are if you tell them you're going to have a turnaround 24 to 48 hours with their questions, you need to be consistent with that and maintain that. If there are changes that need to be made, yes, make those changes. Nothing can last forever, but being consistent and dependable is key to why people will listen to you. If you are steady as a rock, if you're always there, then people are like, if they're consistent, that I know I can depend on them, they're not a fly by night. Okay, the next reason why your ideal customers will listen to you is that when you approach them in your messaging, whether it's an email, whether it's an ad, whether you're talking to people in person, whatever that is, your messaging has clarity to it. Clarity, or being clear. A lot of times messaging is ineffective, not because it does not reach the people it's meant to reach, but because when the message gets there, it's not clear on what you want people to do, who it's for, what it is that you provide. You have to be crystal clear about everything in your messaging, not only to capture the attention of your ideal customer, but to make them want to move forward with you, depending on whatever it is that your messaging is driving them to do. Whether it's to, go to some piece of content that you're presenting to them, whether it's to get on the phone with you, whether it's to enroll in something that you are presenting to the marketplace. Clarity is so important, because I know for me, when I'm in my inbox, I've got so much stuff going on in my inbox. And if I get in my inbox and somebody is all over the map, or it seems like they just threw something together, or it's just not clear what they want or what's in it for me, because people want to know what's in it for me. They don't care what's in it for you. You needing to make money, you needing to build your business is not how you should lead with a message. The clarity is on what's in it for them. and who them is and when they need to make a move and why they need to make a move, right? And the clarity really is important about around the problem that you solve and what you can do for them. Because let's face it, every business, every message that you see out here, whether it's on a billboard, it's on television, it's here, it's there, all of that messaging is around getting you to do something that you're not doing right now, or getting you to alter in some way something that you're doing now so you can do it in a little bit different way. But if you don't have clarity, you're sunk in the water. One thing I know for sure, and I always talk about Geico's advertising campaigns over the years because they've been so effective. They're super sticky, memorable, all of that. One thing that is super clear also is their message of what they want you to do, which leads us into our next reason why people will listen to you, is the call to action needs to be really clear. What is it you want people to do? Well, Geico always says, save 15%, in 15 minutes, save 15% on your car insurance. And they put their name there and their phone number. They want you to call them to save 15% on your car insurance in 15 minutes. You're expecting a 15-minute phone call. You're hoping that you are one of those that saves 15% by calling them. It's clear what they want. It's clear what they want you to do. They don't have to say, call us now, but it's clear what the call to action is. And so you have to be clear in what you want people to do. So many times I get to the end of a great, well, it's not great because it's missing a good call to action, but it seemed great marketing piece. And I get to the end and it just kind of ends. And I know for some marketers or for some experts out here, businesses, they are afraid to ask people to do something because I don't really know why. Because unless the person does something, there was no reason for you to reach out to them. Like every business relationship starts with somebody doing something. Like you reached out to them with your message, you got to tell them what you want them to do. Click here, or follow this link, or ask this question, whatever that is. You have to be clear in your messaging, but you got to give them something to do, or the message will fall flat. And the interaction ends with whatever it is that you said in your message. Even if it's super clear the problem you solve and who you solve it for, and you get it in front of your people, if you don't have a clear call to action, you're still dead in the water because people are not going to be able to respond. What consumers are not going to do is try to figure out what you want unless they already are predisposed to buy what you want or buy what you have. If they already want what you have and they see you, they might pursue you. There's been times when I've looked at a poor piece of marketing material, but the picture was so compelling. Whatever it is they were offering looked so compelling. I went ahead and went to their website anyway, even though they didn't ask me to go to their website. I went, and sometimes I even buy, but that's very rare. If you don't say do something, even if I would do it, if you don't ask, people aren't going to do it. You have to have clarity, and you have to have a call to action every single time. And if you do, that shows your customers, this person wants to engage with me. They must really mean what they just said above, or what they just said earlier in the video, or what they just said. If you scroll up to the top of the page, because messaging comes in different forms. Whatever you just said to them in your messaging, when you then say, okay, now come on in, that actually makes them want to listen to you because they know you're not just out here talking, you're ready to back it up. It's like when young people and older people are, out here running it and talking, and somebody instigates a fight, and the other person said, well, come on then. That's a call to action. Come on, Cletus. That's a call to action. Well, you got to say, come on, Cletus, to your prospects so that they will know that you mean what you just said, and you're going to back it up with results. That makes them want to listen to you because you've invited them into the conversation. Another reason why your ideal customers will listen to you is because you have a connection to their pain. Now, there's two different ways that you can draw people in, and reasons why people will act to fix something that's going on in their lives, or to make a correction, or to do something new. One, they're trying to escape from something that's painful, or two, they're trying to move to something that's pleasurable. Okay. And when you're dealing with a market of people, a target market that does not know who you are, your 1,000 times more successful if you are moving them away from pain, because people will go to a stranger. Think about a dentist when you had a toothache. Think about a doctor when you had a pain in your body. You will go to a stranger to get relief from pain. If it's something you're going to pleasurable, you might be more suspicious. Well, why would this person want to help me do all these great things? Who is this person anyway? Why would they want this for me? But a pain that you're trying to get out of, you will go to a homeless person on the street. You'll go to anybody to get rid of that pain. That's why so many people have a lot of these bogus surgeries and things of that nature. They're trying to get out of the pain of thinking that their body is not good enough or whatever. And they go to anybody. They go to these back alley situations and let people put strange things in their body, people they don't even know, because they're trying to get out of pain. The same thing is going to be true for whatever area of expertise you have that you're going to be coaching in. People want to get out of pain. And if you can describe to a person their pain better than they can, if you can describe to them what they're going through in great detail and describe all the symptoms, and I'm not just talking about physical pain, I'm just talking about the pain of their relationship troubles or their health troubles or their financial troubles or their self-development issues, whatever it is they're struggling with. When you can identify and describe their pain better than they can, they automatically assume you have the solution. So that's a hack right there. Get into your ideal customer's mind and what they're going through every single day, because they have not yet solved this problem or filled this need or gap in their life. And then when you describe it back to them, they're going to be like, yes, you know how when you are watching a video in your news feed or whatever, and the person really nails it, it's really perfect. It could be a comedic piece. It could be something that's supposed to be inspiring, whatever it is. That's the reason why people love memes, because they're like, yes, somebody else gets it. Somebody else gets it. Yes. And we love a meme. We love something relatable. When you connect to a person in their pain and describe it, it's relatable, and then you have a nice, so strong call to action, they're going to assume you got the answer on the other side, right? And so that's one of the things you have to get really clear on, is how to connect them to their pain. And then leading from that is you have to charge their emotions as you are engaging with them in a messaging piece. People don't make decisions, especially decisions that take them out of their comfort zone and make them do something new. They don't make those decisions logically. If they did, a lot fewer people would be struggling with their health, their weight, their relationships, their finances. If they made logical decisions, they would see the problem really as it was looming in the distance, and it would never get there because they would logically course correct. Or when the problem first starts, before it gets out of hand, they would do something about it. The reason why things get out of control and get way far down the road for people when they have an issue that's really a problem is that they have not connected to the emotion of, and really the cost of what that thing is in their lives, right? Whatever that problem is always a cost associated with it. And they haven't connected to it and the emotion behind it. They're not going to fix it just because you say it's a bad thing that they need to fix. They're going to fix it because of all the things in their life that they're missing out on because they haven't fixed this problem, and all the things they'll be able to experience new in life once they fix this problem. And that touches people on an emotional level. That's not logic. That's emotion. And so when you're able to charge their emotions after you've connected with their pain and told them exactly what they're going through, again, they're going to listen to you. I'm not just going to say they're going to assume you have the answer. You do have the answer. And that's because you've been able to connect with their pain and you found a way out. If not for yourself, for somebody else that you've helped, or you might have studied on a topic and you just know the way out because of all that you've studied. Whatever that is, they will listen because you have charged their emotions to such a degree that they have to make a move. And then they're going to follow that call to action that you gave them. And then finally, your ideal customers will listen to you because you are committed to getting results. Like I mentioned at the beginning, your coaching model should not just be built around giving somebody advice and good luck if they can figure it out. Or I'm going to help you for these 5 or 6 weeks or these 3 or 4 weeks or whatever the length of it is. And good luck. You need to be committed to making sure they get the results. Now, I want to say this right now. Caveat is you can't guarantee results. Why can't we guarantee results, MJ? Because you can't control grown people. You can lead a horse to water, but what? You can't make them drink. You can't make people do anything. So since you can't make them do anything, you can't guarantee that they're going to show up and do what you tell them to do to the extent that you told them to do it in the exact way, because you're not with them 24/7. They can say they did it, but did they do it? What you can guarantee is that if they follow your magic to the letter, they're going to experience better in life. Again, you have to, while telling people what the results are possibly going to be, you can't guarantee that because there's too many variables in life that you can't control. But moving them towards better and giving them a roadmap and a game plan for continuing on the journey towards those results, that should be your commitment as a coach. To get them the results, not just to dump all this knowledge you have in their head, but to walk with them and get them on a solid path to getting there. Now, if your coaching area of expertise is something that you can realize the results in 3 to 4 weeks or 5 to 6 weeks, 8 to 10 weeks, whatever your program length is, even better, right? But a lot of it, especially when you're changing people's lives, it just does not move at that speed. A lot of the transformation, you can experience some quick wins in the beginning and get them on the right road towards getting their results. And some of those milestones along the way are some of the results. But that big result at the end where they no longer are like they were before, where they are definitely different than they were before, that stuff you may not get in your initial interaction with them, but you have to make sure that you stack your program and stack your coaching experiences, stack your challenges and all that in such a way that if they stick to what you've told them to do and they keep doing it over time, they will get the results. And you're helping them to guarantee their own results. I always tell my clients, I don't guarantee results because I can't guarantee what you're going to do, but you can. And you can guarantee your own results. I guarantee if you do this, it's going to pay off. That's what I can guarantee. If you do what I'm saying, because life's going to reward you. God's going to reward you. Things in life have to shift when you're doing something new to receive what it is that you're doing that's new. And so that's what you want to do is be committed to getting them their results, walking with them hand by hand, showing them A to Z, everything they need to know, giving them the step-by-step guidance, holding them accountable. That's part of your commitment, holding them accountable to what they say they're going to do. Any good coaching program starts out with setting some commitments. What are you committed to doing coming out of this experience working with this coach? And then holding their feet to the fire to make sure they stay on path. That's part of your commitment as a coach. You can't make them drink, but you sure can make sure that the water's right there and they know how to, if it's a horse, bend their neck and get down there, get near the water. They know how to reach their tongue out of their mouth or whatever a horse does. So all they got to do is drink. That's your commitment as a coach. So we've talked about the confidence you have to carry yourself with, the consistency of showing up in your space as you are drawing your ideal customers to you, the clarity with which you want to speak your message. Your call to actions have to be strong. You have to be able to connect to their pain and charge their emotions in a palpable way so that they will make the right decision based on emotion, because they're not going to make it based off of logic. And also being committed to getting them the results. These are the things that you can do to ensure that your ideal customers will listen to you. We call them ideal because there's a whole lot of people that won't listen to you because they're not your people. They're not your tribe. And that's okay. You can wish them well, thank them for moving on, because that gets them out of the space that somebody else who does need you, who is ideal for you, will want to occupy. And if you are ready to launch your blockbuster coaching business, you can still do it in 2021. It's not too late. It's never too late, but it's definitely not too late. You got 3 months left. You can't even imagine how much you can accomplish in 3 months, but you're going to need help. And that's why I'm inviting you to join the Build Wealth While You Travel Challenge starting on the 27th. And it's at buildwealthwhileyoutravel.com. That's where you go to register. All the information is there. Even if you can't attend everyday live, there's going to be recordings. There's going to be, for my VIP folk, there's going to be extra Q&As. There's going to be workbooks and all these things that everybody's going to get to be able to build your coaching business around the tenets that we just talked about, around the commitment, the consistency, and the clarity, and all those things that we just talked about. But you've got to get some help getting there. For you to be able to get your clients to invest in themselves to work with you, you got to be willing to invest in your education. We slap down tens of thousands of dollars on our college education without even thinking about it. Why not invest a tiny, minuscule fraction of that to learn the right way to set up your business? College degree gives you a piece of paper. You may or may not get a job in that field. What you will get from the Build Wealth While You Travel Challenge will change your life. It will change your business, and you will be able to get practical, step-by-step things to do to build your business now and scale it over the next months and years to create the wealth you want, so that you can be freed up to travel the world and do all the other things you want to do with your time that you can't do because you're working a job. So go to buildwealthwhileyoutravel.com right now. Jump out there. And I'm going to just tell you, grab a VIP ticket. You can get the basic economy, but why would you do that? Why would you short sell yourself? Why would you not get everything that you can get from the experience? It's time for you to level up. 2021 has been a beast like 2020 was, but it's not too late for you to still accomplish your dreams. You might have had some vulnerability with your employment. All the more reason to step out there and pursue your dreams of becoming a coach. The thing that somebody pays you by the hour to do, you can swap it up, change it up, and become a coach, teaching people the part of it that you want to focus on and helping them to change their lives. Your ideal customers are out there waiting. They're waiting for you to show them what you have so they can listen to you and follow you, do what you guide them to do, and get the results that you are perfectly positioned to help them get. Starts by you going to buildwealthwhileyoutravel.com right now, getting your ticket so we can do this challenge together starting on the 27th. There's only 5 days left. You want to get your ticket right away. It's been my pleasure to share with you. Hope you learned something, but more so, hope you were inspired to act and to move forward on your dream. Your life is not going to get you're not going to get any more time in your life. Time is depleting. It's getting shorter and shorter. How do you want to live the next phase of your life? Do you want to live it as a world traveling, wealth building coach? Then join the challenge. It's been my pleasure to share with you. I'll be back soon with another training. In the meantime, be blessed, stay safe, and go ahead and get your ticket to the challenge. We'll talk soon. Take care. Bye-bye.